Hello everybody, this is Roger from Roger's Reviews. I just wanted to do a follow-up video. I bought this lanyard from Notch Equipment. I ordered some more and I just thought it was a great idea. I know there's other ways to do this, but I thought about it a few times and I'm like, you know what, this is a really good idea. It keeps it nice and simple. And before I didn't have a saw to demonstrate this, and I know it's always easier if you have a prop, and I forgot I had my daughter's little steel saw in the closet, and I figured this would be a great prop to better explain how this works. Like I said, this is just basically a lanyard system to make it a lot easier for the transition when you're in the tree. So we'll go back to the same scenario I explained earlier. Go ahead and take my sheath off here. Okay, this is your climbing saw. Say this is like a 250. You transitioned from your top handle. Say you started with a top handle saw. You're in the top of the tree. You're tied in. Either you need to gas your saw, regas your saw, or you need to change saws. Okay. Now, it's easy to transition because normally this is all one piece, and you have to take the entire lanyard and slip it through here. But with this system, you basically disconnect your lanyard, clip, and then you lower your saw down. And when they bring another saw back up, or even if you're refueling, you just clip the saw back in. You can keep your lanyard attached to you. The next saw that comes up already has the clip on it. So basically you clip it. You can either clip one or two, clip it back in, and then you clip this to your side. So within a few seconds, you're back up and running. Okay? So you just transitioned from your top handle saw to your 250. You block it down to a certain level. You have a bigger tree. Your saw is about to run out of gas, and you're like, you know what? Instead of filling it up, I got to send it down anyway. Let's go ahead and get a bigger saw. Maybe you want like a 660 Magnum or equivalent. You want something, you're switching from, you had a 16-inch bar on your top handle, you got like an 18 or 20-inch on your like 250. Now you want to switch to like maybe a 28 or 32-inch bar, big boy, and finish blocking her down. So you go ahead, this is your 250, you're in the tree, your feet are starting to hurt, starting to get fatigued, you don't want to mess around. You pop this off, click, this is already tied up, you lower it down to your guys. Your guys already have an extra lanyard, it's already attached, because you got about 4 extra of these, already attached to your big saw, your big boy. Okay, you're taking a rest, just about time where you take a few exhales. You're like, how long this is going to take? All of a sudden they yank on your rope, pulling it up to you. All right, pretend this is your big boy. This is your 660 Magnum, or whatever your big saw is. You're up here, and like I said, you can either clip one in. It's a little bit more cumbersome. You can clip both clips in, so that's double. You might probably want to do that with your bigger saws. They're a little bit heavier. You got a double clip. Make sure that thing stays where it's at. So your lanyard's already connected to you. You're ready to go. And they might even have this thing fired up for you, and they have the chain brake on. All you got to do is release your chain brake, get in position, and start blocking her down. Okay, you get all the way down. You push the last block. They pull the last block, whatever. Then you got maybe one more flush cut. You come down. You already have a big saw in your hand. It's big enough. It has a big enough bar. And if you're like me, I just go ahead and finish it. I already got the saw in my hand. I got fuel in it. It's already warmed up. You don't want this lanyard. You don't want to have to wrap this lanyard around your arm, or like done before, wrap it around the saw, and it's cumbersome. It's in the way. You don't want to get it, especially it's brand new. You don't want to get the thing caught up. So what you do, instead of taking the time to unravel it and pull it out here, you just push this button, click, boom. Drop your lanyard, and then you do your flush cut. Boom, right there. Then another thing, you're all done with your saw. You don't have to take your lanyard off. You got a bunch of saws in your saw box. and you just stick them in there. This is the only thing that's going to get oily and nasty and greasy. Pop this thing off, wash it up, put it back on. If you have this lanyard, a lot of times we get lazy. We all do it. Your saw is still connected to your lanyard. Even your big saw, little saw, it's the end of the day. Everything's put away. A lot of people don't take the time to take your lanyards off your saws. So you got these lanyards and you got your saw box, and all these saws are laying on the lanyard somewhere in the saw box. There's chainsaws everywhere. Sometimes they're piled up. Most of these saws leak oil. Some of them leak gas. So the next time you go to pull your saw out, this lanyard is nasty, greasy, oily, smells like fuel. And of course, you don't take them home once a week and wash them. With this one here, you can pop it off. Have a couple, you probably already have a couple hooks, or you have a couple nails or screws or whatever. Hang these up. You don't even have to keep them on your saw. You can keep them somewhere else or in another cubby, but have these hanging up somewhere else. Have your saws in the bottom. Worst case scenario, this little thing here gets greasy and oily. Order about 10 or 20 of them. Keep them everywhere. Keep them on your saws. And then look how easy this is. You pop it right off. Comes right out. It's a lot faster than pulling your whole lanyard out. Okay, here it is. And these are not very expensive. This whole lanyard's like 29 bucks, and it comes with 2 of these. I think these are probably $4 or $5 maybe, or probably buy a pack of them. Buy an extra 10 of these things, or 20 of them, whatever. And then if you have to, take 10 of them home and wash them. Soak them in degreaser or throw them in the washer, and then come back, and then you got 10 more clean ones. So these will be a lot easier to wash, and they're a lot more inexpensive than buying these for 30 bucks. You can't, if you have like 4 or 5 climbing saws and 3 or 4 top handle saws, you don't want to have to keep these somewhere or keep them on the saws, because they're going to get nasty. Okay, this way you only need 1 or 2, and you have like I said, 5 or 6 or 10 of these. You can keep these connected to everything you climb with, and then you have an extra set to wash and go home and wash them. And maybe you can have 1 or 2 of these extra. That way, if they get nasty, you can take 1 or 2 home and wash them, but you always have enough to work with. So really good system. I know this is probably too much information. It's common sense, but this is a really good system. It's simple, it's inexpensive, and trust me, for 30 bucks, or if you buy 2 of them, most people, I would buy 2, because you got 4 of these and 2 of these. Anybody can work with that. So you'll be able to have 4 saws, 4 climbing saws, or 4 saws that you use up in the tree or in the bucket with these permanently on them, and you got 2 of these to exchange between those saws, because you're probably not going to be using more than 1 or 2 at once, or I'd have like 2 of these and 4 of these on each crew. That'll be plenty to keep them rolling. Again, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews. Sorry about going on, but I just thought this would be good information. If you guys already know it, I'm sorry, but if you needed this information, or if it's new to you, just try it out. It's probably one of the least expensive ways to cut your frustration in the tree. So if you like this review, please share it with other tree guys. I know it seems like a simple crazy little thing, but once you use this system, it's going to take a lot of burden, a lot of stress, and it's going to keep the guys and the climbers off their spurs for a few minutes, and cut the frustration down, and just help everybody out. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.